All right, boys. We are in the home stretch of the Premier League. We've got a full slate of games this weekend. We gotta take a look at. This is gonna be our preview of Match Week 31, 33. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. As always, my name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. And with us all week has been Joel. He supports Newcastle. Taking the week off is Sean for reasons. I don't know if it was.
Emotional,
Yeah, so
emotional.
yeah, mostly emotional, probably true. Um, so
Emotional holidays are important, guys.
you know what, Brad, you're right. We shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Brad. Um, so quickly, if you are stumbling across us, if you are new to Red Card Radio, hit the subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell. If you're on one of the podcast sites and you're taking a listen to us, hit with a follow, 5-star review if your platform so allows it. Drop a comment down below and on YouTube, and join our Discord, which is in the video or podcast description. All right, so boys, we've got a handful of games between Saturday and Tuesday. This is kind of a strange weekend, just because we've got some games moved around for policing reasons. Mostly the Arsenal Chelsea match. So let's just quickly run down what the games are. So kicking off Saturday morning, we've got Crystal Palace and West Ham United. We've got Brentford hosting Nottingham Forest, Brighton hosting Wolves. On Sunday, we've got Bournemouth and Leeds, Fulham and Manchester City, Manchester United versus Aston Villa, Newcastle United versus Southampton. Liverpool are hosting Spurs. On Monday, we've got Leicester and Everton. And then on Tuesday, we've got a London derby. Might be Arsenal's final London derby of the season. It's Arsenal versus Chelsea. So that's what we got. We got quite a good smattering of games here between like relegation, big relegation games, teams fighting for Europe. Brad, where did you want to start tonight or today?
Let's get to the Arsenal Chelsea.
Oh,
Let's go to the end.
You
Let's
want to
start at the
start
end.
at the end.
Start at the end, and we'll work our way
backwards.
forward. Yeah,
I knew I should have asked Joel. Always got to ask the guest where he wants to start first. All right,
you
Brad.
should have, but you didn't. So we're here.
Let's talk about Arsenal and Chelsea. So are Chelsea going to allow Arsenal to do the league double on them?
I think I said Wednesday, but Arsenal's winning. But it's Friday.
And Arsenal are still winning.
It's a draw.
Yeah. You coward.
No, how is this a coward? I am following the results of what Arsenal do. Arsenal get up early and then they sit back and do nothing, and Chelsea comes back. It's a draw.
This is your moment to say that Mudryk is going to show Arsenal why they were
Need a right back?
We're foolish for not splashing the money on him, and Mudryk's going to score a hat trick against Arsenal. Like, this is your moment to. He's going to break Jorginho's ankles, and Jorginho's going to go crying back to his home in West London. No, I mean,
like, Arsenal win it.
I really truthfully believe Arsenal are winning this game.
Yeah.
Look, that's the closest I'm going to say in an Arsenal Chelsea match. That it's going to be a draw. That's as close as you're going to get me to say.
So
we're putting it on record. Yeah.
I was thinking about this match earlier. You know how earlier in the season I was really annoyed at Everton when they sacked Frank Lampard right before the Arsenal match, and they hire Sean Dyche, and then Arsenal lose to Everton, right? I was really upset about that, and I was lobbying insofar as I can lobby that in the return fixture, the match that needed to be rescheduled, that Arsenal that Everton should be forced to bring Frank Lampard back on as manager for Everton for that one match. I really think that my wish has been answered in this sense that Frank Lampard.
You did get maybe
I finally got that match against Frank Lampard that I've been waiting for.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe we might be done searching for a head coach by then.
Okay, but Pochettino's not going to come in until June.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the rumor, is that Pochettino is the likely next first team coach.
I think
Chelsea.
this is 3 weeks in a row though that we've said a different manager is the likely manager. Don't get it. So
I will throw it out there. I don't think I've ever said that. I think you might have.
I think I have. But
Brad believes anything he reads on Twitter.
If Fabrizio says it, Brad is all about it.
Yeah.
What is it? What about who's your new guy on
Agent
Twitter?
Dark?
Agent
Agent
Dark?
Dark?
Yeah. What has
Agent
he been?
Dark?
What's he been saying?
Yeah. He had Poch in the race from the beginning, but it was Nagelsmann's to lose. And then Nagelsmann pulled out, and we dropped Enrique.
I'm sorry, that's such an absurd Twitter handle. I'm just so annoyed by that Twitter handle that it gets no respect for me. It's just so annoying. Anyway,
he did have Poch in it like throughout.
Hold on, but
he did have Nagelsmann as the favorite. He did have Nagelsmann as the favorite, but he had Poch as the triple, as the three that were the triple threat.
Weren't we always aware that Pochettino was in the running?
Yes.
Okay, so it feels like that was kind of common knowledge.
Yeah, but most people thought it was between Luis Enrique and Nagelsmann.
It seems like it was, though. So your claim is that Chelsea were listening to Luis Enrique out of respect for him?
No. I think all three. I think those were the three that were that the board were working through. I think Vincent Kompany's name has been thrown out there as part of the shortlist.
Get out of here.
And I think there's somebody else that's on the short list. That's what? The Celtic manager is on the short list.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really hope.
Apparently Vincent Kompany is on the list for Tottenham too. It's like Nagelsmann and Kompany, I think, are the top two.
Why would Kompany go to Chelsea or Tottenham? He just got promoted. Really.
I don't know. I'm just telling you he's on the short list.
No.
But yeah, I think it's Poch. I think I'm with you. I think it's Poch.
All right, Joel, settle this for us. Who's winning the Arsenal-Chelsea match?
Arsenal are going to win.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
It's at the Emirates. Arsenal will have just destroyed City on Wednesday, and they're feeling good about themselves.
Wait. Let me get.
Yeah.
From Wednesday.
No. Don't tell them. No, don't tell them.
This is Wednesday.
Invite them to listen to our podcast.
But this is Friday now.
I know
they've already listened to the Wednesday podcast. I just wanted to remind them.
Well, okay, but if you haven't listened to it, you should go back and listen to our review episode.
You should to hear James claim.
You'll hear my confidence on Wednesday.
And Arsenal's victory.
Yeah.
He has as much confidence in Arsenal's victory in that game as I said for Chelsea getting this draw.
I predicted Arsenal 3-0 win against Chelsea.
I could see that.
Comfortable.
I could see that.
Brad?
2-2 draw.
2-2. Okay. I think 3-1 Arsenal. I think Chelsea will score. I think
But Chelsea never scored.
I know, but Arsenal have a hard time blanking Chelsea, I think.
I think in his mind it's an own goal from Jorginho.
That would be something else. Let's turn our attention. I think a more interesting matchup this week is Manchester United hosting Aston Villa. So Unai Emery has Aston Villa playing like a team possessed. They are probably 8 or 9 games unbeaten. They've won the majority of them. I maybe only drawn 1 or 2 of them. They're in such good form, and United are struggling with this injury crisis that we've been talking about. United will have just played Spurs away. I think that they're going to lose that match. So they play on Thursday in London, and then they host Aston Villa on Sunday. That's short turnaround for a team that's got a lot of injuries. Aston Villa hasn't played since the last weekend, or since Monday or Tuesday, or whatever it was. So Aston Villa will be well rested. I think that Unai Emery could very capably cook up a strategy for this match and get a win at Old Trafford.
I don't think that's out of the round. Like, yeah. I think Villa
Could,
actually would probably be the favorites here.
I don't think they'll be favourites. I think they can get a result. I think Man United will win, but
I think it all boils down to the injury issues with the center back pairing. Like I think that's they I don't know the specific numbers, but their win percentage when they have Varane and Martinez playing together versus any other center back pairing is night and day different. Like their win percentage when they have their main two guys is like 80% or something like that. They win 80% of the games that they play together. I forget what the inverse of it is, but when it's any other center back pairing is significantly lower. And so I could see this just continuing to be a problem for Manchester City, for United as we go through the rest of the season.
I'd like to see. It pains me to say, on just the way the table's looking right now and how well Villa are doing, I actually think I'd rather see Man United win just to bridge that gap further from the top 4 to 5th and 6th and below.
Just some more breathing room for you.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
No, it is. But I genuinely think Man United will win, and Villa they're going to lose at some point.
I think
they can't just keep not losing.
I think you'd rather have a draw in that match.
I mean, yeah, probably, but I still think. No, you know what? I don't think I would. I think I'd rather Villa lose.
Okay.
I don't care if Newcastle finish 3rd or 4th. I don't care if it's 3rd or 4th.
Fair enough.
It's always nice to finish above Man United, but I mean, top 4 priority at this point. I just think Villa are going to lose at some point, and I think this will be the one.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
1-0.
I think Ollie Watkins eats Maguire alive.
I'll go 1-0 Man United.
Okay. Liverpool Spurs quickly. This is a matchup of teams that are woefully underperforming this year. It's interesting in a sense because I mean, like Liverpool are trying to claw their way into a top 4 race, which I think is going to elude them ultimately. So they're really fighting for Europa League, right? Like that seems like what they're really fighting for. And as are Tottenham at this point. But is that enough to motivate this Liverpool team?
I mean, it is a top 6 opponent, right? And they will have Diaz back.
Yep.
Liverpool will be well up for this one.
You think so?
I think I do. I really do. Yeah, I think Liverpool aren't out of the European race at all. I think they will beat Tottenham and Tottenham European home. I think Liverpool will win.
I will be shocked if Tottenham beat Liverpool at Anfield. I'll be shocked. Now, I'm fairly certain Tottenham have gotten a result at Anfield relatively recently in like the last 2 or 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Drew that last.
Yeah,
it was a draw.
I thought they won there recently as well. But yeah, I think Liverpool. I think to your point, Brad, with Diaz being back, Jota's firing again finally. It's never a question of Liverpool's front 3. It's a question of Liverpool's midfield. And on top of that, I'm not overly impressed by Spurs' midfield. So the Tottenham midfield is not that impressive. So I'm not worried that the Tottenham midfield is going to overrun Liverpool.
Like Højbjerg is their best midfielder, but I don't see Højbjerg like dominating Liverpool with his passes. Like he's an engine, he's a runner, he's a stop. He's a like but yeah, he's not going to take over the game, make those passes and that kind of stuff to get the to keep Tottenham in this game. Tottenham probably score a counterattack goal. Like Son or Kane probably get banging something on a counter.
That's the way they get down, so it would make sense.
Tottenham last won at Anfield in 2011.
Oh, okay. So maybe I was conflating that draw as a win.
Yeah. So like
I think it'll be a not straightforward, but I think Liverpool will win, and I don't think it'll be too close.
And we also have Ryan Brian Mason as their manager. It's not
True.
like they're gonna
Okay.
have some crazy tactics
Yeah.
to do this.
I guess I'm probably discounting the crisis issues that are going on at Spurs in terms of who's in charge and what formation they'll be
Injuries and what
playing,
they
who's
have.
playing, and
Yeah.
things like that. So I guess that's a fair point that I hadn't necessarily fully. I don't know. I agree with your assessment of this, Joel, that Liverpool will be more than enough for Spurs. Um, I'm not. I have no. There's nothing that screams to me that Spurs will get anything out of this match.
It's hard to see it right now how they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about this Leicester Everton match? So this is this is turning out to be a
Huge.
exceptionally big game.
6-pointer.
Yeah,
well,
no,
Massive.
it's not a 6-pointer.
Sean's
It's
not
a
here. No, it can be a 6-pointer because Sean's not.
oh
here.
yeah. I get it's a 6-pointer. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, like for all intents and purposes. So I mean, I think if we also Everton will have played Newcastle on Thursday, and Leicester won't have played since what?
They drew against Leeds on Tuesday.
Yes, correct. So they drew against Leeds on Tuesday. Everton play on Thursday, and then they play against each other on Monday. So, I mean, we expect Everton to lose the match against Newcastle. It would be a shock if they get any points out of that. Even if we were feeling super generous and gave them a point against Newcastle, they would be even on points. They'd both be on 29 points. Leicester's goal difference is superior to Everton, so like that would be massive one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, if Leicester win, and that gap goes to between those two clubs to 4 points. Obviously, it depends what Leeds do, but that could be a massive blow for Everton.
Massive blow either way.
Yeah, I mean, if Everton beat Leicester at Leicester, then Everton are out in the bottom three. So
it seems unlikely though, right?
I think the pressure will be more on Everton at this point.
Leicester have looked much better recently under new management. They looked good away at Leeds. I don't know if you saw their goal, really nice, like attacking football. Like they look good. They had a goal disallowed in the first half, it was offside VAR.
It's James' favorite player that scored the goal, right?
Vardy.
Yeah,
can't stand his face.
Because he turned down Arsenal all those years ago.
Vardy's got 2 goals this season.
Yeah, I think his race has run in the Premier League. It seems like.
Yeah, he's a good
shift. He can come to Charlotte FC.
Fuchs may recruit him. They play together.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There you go. I've always thought about Leicester is that their quality, the quality on their team, the quality of their squad, the quality on paper is doesn't match up to their output so far. And so I really do think that this is a situation where the quality of the Leicester squad is going to show through in these last 5-6 matches for them. And I think that Leicester will beat Everton.
James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, Tielemans.
Yeah.
Both of those guys, but 2 of the 3 of them you said are gone next year, right? They're out of contract.
We're not next year. We're in this year still, and they're still playing for Leicester.
But I'm with you. But do they care enough?
Of course they do. Because I mean,
I don't think Tielemans has cared at all this year.
And that might be
James Maddison
has. Madison was fighting for England, but like I don't like after the World Cup, has he?
If they're part of a squad that gets relegated, that's not the same as being part of a squad that's fought for their lives to stay up.
It's pretty
challenging.
Sure, but does that? I don't think that hurts either one of them. Their prospects on what club they'd go to.
I agree. I
think it says a lot about the player themselves, and the type of player you want. If I'm Newcastle and I want James Maddison, do I want to see him try his heart out, put everything in, score goals, get assists, but get relegated? Like that's way more honestly, that's more attractive to me though than him staying up and just like diddly doddling around. Like
Yeah. i-
see someone put effort and heart in. So yeah, I do think
I
they
mean,
can.
sure, but like that's what I mean. Yeah, I think he did enough by getting into the English squad, and like through his injuries. Like I think he's done plenty.
Yeah, oh, he's had a good season, James Madison, but there's no reason for him to stop trying now. He's going to want to get more goals, keep Leicester up,
Yeah.
and big transfer in the summer.
I think I think the only way it wouldn't impact, like, I think Tielemans is could be more interested in playing abroad. And if
Yeah,
he's going to Spain or he's
Sure.
going to Italy, like, those clubs are going to care less about whether or not he's been relegated with Leicester. Like, that's gonna. But if you're trying to stay in the English game, I think I think that does. I think Joel's point is very salient, and I definitely think Madison's trying to stay in the league. I don't think Madison wants to go overseas.
I hear you on that one. I think you're probably correct there. Look, I think Leicester win. I'm just saying, like, out of the players that you named, I don't think any of those three are there next year.
Well, I get what you're saying, and if Everton approach this match kind of hard, like if Everton's coming in and they're playing aggressively and they're going in to tackles, like, you could a player like Tielemans, who's out of contract, like Madison, who's out of contract and has Euro qualifiers in the summer, like, you know, if they see Everton out here and they're like diving into tackles and it feels aggressive, I could see a part of you being like, well, I don't want to get injured here, I don't want to get taken out here. Like, there's a part of me. I think that the desire to be a professional and play well outweighs the fear of being injured. But I think that there is something to be said that possibility could arise.
if Leicester go down, I don't think it will change James Madison, for example. I don't think it will change his potential destination too much, but I don't think he's gonna just stop playing because he doesn't care if he goes down or stays up because he knows he's getting a transfer. He's gonna give his all to stay up for Leicester,
Yeah,
regardless of whether he stays up or goes down. It's not going to change where he goes.
agreed.
But I disagree with you, Brad. That do they care? Yes, heck yeah, they care. They want to stay up. They're going to give it their all.
I think pride plays a large part in that, and
I
footballers are
think
very prideful people.
I don't disagree with you, Joe. I was playing more of a devil's advocate. I don't think Tielemans cares. Like I think
I,
Madison cares. I don't think Tielemans cares.
I, I wouldn't want Tielemans anywhere near Newcastle. I'd take James Madison now. I wouldn't take Tielemans. I don't think Tielemans gets in our squad, to be honest.
Didn't we talk about this a couple weeks ago about Tielemans
think
and
so.
Madison, like who
Where they're going.
who fits where
And I
well?
think we did say Madison at Newcastle.
Like, I could see him. I could see him linking up very well with that squad and being
Yeah,
quite useful.
Yeah.
Tielemans wouldn't get in. He's not better than Joel. Not better than Guimaraes. He's
Yeah,
not better. He wouldn't get in.
I agree with
Plus,
you there. I think that
he reminds me of a European John Joe Shelby. Honestly,
Who's got banished from Nottingham Forest this week because he like was pissed that he didn't get to play against Liverpool.
I mean, yeah, that was going to happen. He's got an attitude.
it's I wonder a lot about Tielemans is that, like, for the last year and a half he's been linked to Arsenal, and like that transfer never materialized. 2 years ago it would have been expensive, but in the summer last year or in January this year when we desperately needed a midfielder, that never.
But Jorginho
Yeah,
instead.
you bought Jorginho instead. It's like those things never came to pass. So you wonder about that. Like, yes, he's probably rated in football circles, but when you think about like squad building and what a player brings to your locker room and what a player brings to your specific side, like, I wonder if there's questions about Tielemans. And it seems to me that he's going to end up overseas. Like it seems to me he's going to end up at like an AC Milan or an Inter or something like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
I
don't
just
see Premier League.
Yeah, I see him going to Italy for whatever reason. So, um, what else? Any other? Do you guys want to talk about how Fulham are gonna smash Manchester City? Yeah, yeah.
Fulham
The
have just
Fortress of Craven Cottage.
Hey, man, I've seen crazier things
since
happen at Craven Cottage.
since Mitrovic and Silva had got their punishments handed to them, they haven't looked the same.
Silva was back on the bench this week. was better than
I know,
Lynch today, but
I
I
know,
agree. Without Mitrovic, like,
especially Mitrovic. Yeah,
yeah,
I wonder if part of them were kind of like, well, even before that happened in the FA Cup, they were kind of teetering, like their league position was starting to falter a little bit. I wonder if some of them were just kind of like, once the ban happened, and I wonder if part of the player group were just like, okay, we're not
we're
relegated,
safe.
we're probably not going to finish in the top 7. You know,
What are we playing for?
where is our vacation? Like,
Yeah,
where am I booking my vacation in June?
I think I don't think we'd be surprised if we saw a 4-0 City for this one. I think it's the way City are
oh yeah,
playing right now and how determined they are to obviously Arsenal, Man City, the result of that plays a big part. But I still regard Man City steamroll Fulham.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is not a game where I think that Fulham are going to do Arsenal any favors, um, inadvertently or the otherwise, um, explicitly.
does, does Bournemouth
Yeah.
Leeds do anything?
That's interesting,
Uh,
right? That's interesting.
Bournemouth are 3 points clear of Leeds as it
With a game
stands.
in hand,
Yes, as it stands right now.
but
But
they'll be
that's a
even on games by then. So I guess
honestly,
if
I see if the bottom three changes, like if the current bottom three doesn't stay the same by the end of the season, I see Leeds going down. I currently see Everton and Forest joining Southampton going down. But if one of those survives, it's Leeds.
but
I
yeah,
think.
if 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 Bournemouth beats Southampton, this game doesn't matter. Bournemouth's not getting relegated,
No, yeah, agreed.
right? Like if there aren't
Yeah.
even games and Bournemouth has that extra 3 points, so at 36 points against 30, like, oh, we lost. Oh no, that helps Leeds a lot, but it doesn't matter for Bournemouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Bournemouth is safe.
Forest are playing Brentford, who are in free fall as well. They haven't won in a while. So Forest potentially could pick up a win, and that would change everything as well.
I'm trying to rack my brain about Brentford, and whether or not this happened to them this time last year as well, because they started off last season pretty hot as well. Not as hot as they started off this season, but
No, I think
I don't.
Brentford. I think they've taken their foot off the gas. I think again they realised we're safe. Oh, European football maybe. Then that slowly started to deteriorate away. Up and honestly until like Easter time, they were in with a shout. In the last few weeks, really, but they haven't won in a while.
Like, yeah, I think they kind of I think that
Mid March.
Tony not having the Tony suspension now, like if they had the Tony if Tony's suspension was served now instead of next year, like I think that would fit perfectly for Brentford. I think if Ivan Tony's suspended next year or 6 months of next year or whatever his suspension ends up being, like that's a relegation conversation maybe.
Well,
Especially there's a lot of teams in for their goalie.
I mean, that was going to be my next point. They've had a lot of unsettling news stories over the last 3 months,
Yeah.
with the Tony gambling situation, with David Rea essentially announcing that he's not going to sign a contract extension and that he wants to leave in the summer.
Yeah.
Like there's and like the Sharks are circling Thomas Frank in terms of Spurs. Like apparently Spurs are high on Thomas Frank. Um, you
Why
know,
would you not be?
I think he's been very good in the Premier League so
Yeah.
far. It's kind of a small like
Two
data
seasons.
set in terms of, but he's been very good for them. Whether or not he's ready to take the jump to a Big Six team, I'm not sure. I don't want to speak to that specifically. We've seen what happened with Graham Potter recently.
True.
I think there's parallels that can be drawn there.
Definitely, because like that like that's like both teams are moneyball teams. Like to use a baseball term, they both spend
Analytics.
smartly. Yeah,
Yeah.
analytics, spend smartly. Like you have the time to bake in, like because like the expectations aren't there.
Yeah.
Like Brentford at 10th is an awesome season for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not careful, they may end up behind Chelsea, which would be a terrible, massive.
Be amazing.
You know, they
Oh,
finish behind Chelsea. Like, what a failure of a season.
they're 5 points
Yeah,
clear of
that makes
Chelsea. With
yeah.
with
Chelsea has a game in hand.
with Chelsea's point accumulation per game, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I I uh, I think that your point's spot on, that they've kind of taken the foot off the gas a little bit. I think that's everything, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else that we really need to belabor here this weekend. I think there are a lot of really interesting storylines going on this weekend. I think it's going to be a great weekend for football in terms of just kind of Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like there's an astronomical number of games on Sunday, which is interesting. But like with all of these like midweek games going on, Saturday's definitely, and I think there's obviously something going on Saturday, because the Arsenal Chelsea game was supposed to be on Sunday, I believe.
It was Saturday.
It was Saturday,
It was Saturday.
and it got bumped for King Charles
Policing.
reasons, right? Like, is
The-
is coronation this weekend?
Oh, I
No,
don't
that's
know.
May.
No, it's next weekend. It's the weekend after that.
Okay,
I don't know what's going. I don't know why.
I thought for some reason there was King Charles stuff going on.
Hold on, I'll make sure. I'm pretty sure it's the weekend after that.
It's in May. It's not this week.
Okay, if it's in May, then
May 6th. Yep.
May 6th. All right.
Yep.
All
Because
right.
Sarah, I thought that because Sarah was mentioned that.
Is she
The
gonna?
royal, the royal family have already gotten in the way of football this year already.
I know.
Rest in peace.
Okay. I was wondering where you're going with that. All right. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what games you'll be watching. Let us know after you've watched them what you thought of the matches, things like that. We'll bake your comments into next week's episodes. Joel, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for joining us. I love it.
Absolutely. Love being. Thank you guys.
I did drop this last week when Jimmy was with us. I was like, we should do a big podcast in the summer where we get everybody on at once and just do it big. So I think we should get the whole crew, everybody. We'll hit up Tamzeed. Get the whole gang. Get the whole gang going.
Let's do it.
Tamzeed and Joel have had Twitter beef. That'd be interesting. So Tamzeed, if you're listening this summer, bro, let's set
clear
it
up some of your schedule, Tammy.
And we're not recording a podcast at 1 a.m. like you used to advocate for, bro.
It's still not happening.
Never happening. Okay. But Joel, really just want to say thank you stepping in this week and helping us out. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
I hope you had a good time.
I always do.
Great. Hit us up on Twitter at KSBradG, at Joel Finley16. I'm at James Tiffany, collectively at redcard_radio. We will be back next week. We'll do it all again. And until then, have a good one. Thank you guys so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Good night.